Hello, welcome to the Ultra Point of Perspective. Number 9. It's the... Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Pimp Monk can't be here tonight. Pimpisha got pregnant. We just found out Pimpisha was pregnant, so he had to take her to the abortion clinic. But so tonight we're all going to make up for it.
We all gonna talk like Pimp Monk tonight. We all gonna talk like him.
Mm-hmm. Baby, old Pimp Monk going down to your road dog and get me some ladies and some fucking ass drugs.
Ass drugs.
Ass drugs are the best drugs, right? That's the way to get it into
He got
your system,
impregnated. He was on too much kratom, and he got impregnated. Yeah. So, yeah, I did the trap stream. It was awkward, but fun at the same time. I didn't get enough on Patreon. I was $100 shy this month to do the trap stream. But that's all right. I'll do it again next month if we make it. We're just like a couple $100 off. And thanks to all you patrons and everybody for supporting me. And yeah, I'll get back to you guys soon on when the perks are going to happen and everything. And Billy the Fridge will be on for the private show and all that shit. So check that out. We're almost there. And I'm working on some new stuff to add as well. And I'm eating a fucking salad. Because I am a fat trap. Yeah, but at least I don't have to shave again anytime soon. So,
I did that recently. I got 2 salads from Walmart, like these little Walmart salads, and I'm like, okay, I'm eating 2 salads. I ate them. I don't look like Brad Pitt and Troy. This is a ripoff.
It didn't just happen.
Cut. Yeah, I thought the rule was if you eat a piece of lettuce, you become Superman, and I was lied to.
Dang.
Yeah, I think you just have to keep at it. Maybe at like 10 pieces of lettuce, you'll start to have abs, you know? Oh, by the way, you guys this is not a joke at the bottom of the screen, all right? It costs over $300 for me to register my car where I live. Because they tax you based on the value of your car, and I'm punished for having a nice car, unfortunately. Yeah. It's the saddest thing ever. So that's what I'm raising it for. I don't totally expect to hit this goal, but, you know, that's what it's going towards this time. I was like, what the fuck? I thought it was just because I brought a car from out of state that they charged me so much last month. But last year, but now it's the same. It's like a transit tax. They what they do is they tax you a percentage of the like overall value of your car, and then and that's a tax when you renew your sticker for your license plate. And mine's over $300. Yeah.
Fucking A.
That's what you get for polluting the environment.
That's what you get for trying to live. Have a car.
Yeah, I should be riding the bus, according to them. Man, yeah.
They're hating on you, man.
Yeah, they are. It's but that's all right. I mean, like, I do take public transit too, but I just wanted, to have a nice car. Yeah. People are saying, cool story. I know it's a cool story. What the fuck?
You don't need a car if you never leave the house. That's a life hack.
It's true, and I might just start using that anyway, Why not?
Yeah, my friend's got one of them electric cars. It's really cool, man. It's like all high tech and shit. You take it to the charging station. They got a charging station right by the movie theater.
Yeah.
So go see a movie while your car's charging. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, usually electric cars get the best parking spots if there's like an electric filling station in the parking lot. Like there's those all over around here. I was looking at an electric car. I just couldn't, like to get a nice electric car, it's just way expensive. So
yeah,
it pays for itself eventually. But the thing is when the battery's dead, you're just kind of fucked. You have to buy a new battery unless you have a warranty on it of some sort. Thank you. Yes, they're punishing me for my success. I am a job creator, okay? I am a job creator, and I'm being punished for my success. I can't believe this.
Wait, is this a job? Am
It
I getting
is.
paid for this?
Hey, who said you have to get paid for a job? Who said that? Who said that? Damn it. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, so some people get paid, but they show like they're on all the time. So, and then Evan,
like
you know what? Honestly, Evan asked for nothing in return. He's just so fucking benevolent. I can't even handle it. He's doing the Lord's work.
I'm like a child slave, like making the shoes on the conveyor belt, only instead of shoes, I'm making friendship.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
You know what, Jess, I was watching some of your stand-up that you have floating around on YouTube recently. Yeah. It was quite a few years old.
Yeah, those are pretty old. I haven't got much of a chance to go back and make some new ones.
So they wouldn't let you come back?
No, I can come back anytime I want. I just literally haven't left the house in 5 years.
Damn.
Did you get that rabies disease or agoraphobia or whatever they call it?
Yeah. Hey, they should change it to rabies disease. That should be the new name.
I have every fear possible. I go
Literally?
out in the world and it's just too much. And then I stay inside and I go on the internet and that's too much too. There's nowhere for me.
Well, you got the paparazzi always following you around, taking pictures of you and shit.
Yeah, but that's cool that you watch those. I like those. I'm still proud of those. A few times I did it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In a way, I just kind of called it out so everyone watching can check it out too. So
yeah.
But I hope you get cured of the rabies disease, because next thing you know, you'll be dyeing your hair blue and you'll be making foot porn. So,
whoa, does that pay? If it pays,
it does pay. It does pay. It does pay.
Actually does, man. And if you've got small feet, you might be able to shave your legs and trick people into thinking you're a chick, man.
That's how I'm gonna finally get out of here. I'm gonna do the thing where I put my leg up like a lady on the side of the road to get cars to give me a ride out of this place.
Gotta get out of here.
She's retired. Hold on, I got that wrong.
Yeah, they misspelled retard. No.
Yeah, poor Ryby. I miss Ryby. She was awesome.
Yeah, I miss Ryby too. She might make a triumphant return someday, man. Like,
I don't know. It seems unlikely, but yeah, I mean, if she's happier doing things her way now, then that's cool. Let's watch a video. This is Cops ID fake officer seen on video as 14-year-old. So a 14-year-old somehow got a fake sheriff's uniform and a car with flashing blue and red lights on it. It was driving around pulling people over and like searching people's houses and all this shit. And here it is.
wow.
This is security video.
This is the car. A 14-year-old was driving this shit. What the fuck?
14-year-old boy who the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says used this white Ford Explorer with flashing lights and a uniform to pose as a deputy at a home in Victorville. The teen told members of the family here he was investigating a domestic disturbance.
It makes me mad that it's that easy for someone to do it.
The family thought the whole thing was fishy, so they locked their door.
He did not look like a real police officer.
After about 30 seconds, the teen doubled back to the SUV.
People are crazy. This is just craziness.
That is pretty fucking wild.
This is like the plot of a Disney Channel original movie. It would
Someone
star like Frankie Muniz.
Someone in the chat said, shouldn't this be illegal? It is illegal. It's impersonating an officer. Yes, illegal. A felony, I believe. I'm no legal expert,
underage.
but
I don't know if
he'll get.
him.
I mean, he won't get charged as an adult because no one got hurt and he's, underage. So what'll happen more than likely is he'll get like juvie time or something.
From the security camera, you can see the lady's grandmother running out to the driveway to chase down the teen. And they say what's really upsetting about the whole thing is that her intention was to help him.
She didn't know what she was running into. She didn't know what I thought. She didn't know anything. She just ran.
From this camera angle, you can see Grandma talking to the teen and a second youngster inside the SUV Monday evening because she thought they were legit and she was worried they had some sort of mix-up.
Him and his buddy, they're driving around like, you know, like when I was a kid and I was playing cops or whatever, like, and I'm driving a car, I'm, you know, running around, like, acting like I'm holding a steering wheel, you know, pretending like I'm driving a car or whatever. These fucking kids literally stole a car and got uniforms and they're, like, trying to arrest people and shit.
Well,
this is
maybe
crazy.
Maybe he just wants to be a cop really bad, and, you know, practice makes perfect. He's not old enough to be a cop yet, but at least he's out there practicing, man.
He's just sick and tired of seeing them get away with it. He's sick of the injustice in this world. He's taking matters into his own hands.
I guess I was just too good at imagination. You know, these kids, they don't need that imagination shit.
Yeah. And this kid would make a good cop too. He only shot 4 black people when he was out on his patrol.
Called 911, which led to the arrest of
not
the
even a
teen.
real cop, and he's the most decorated officer. He's shot the least black people of any police officer at only 4. Give him a medal.
The next day, after a sheriff's sergeant spotted the SUV. During a search of the boy's home, detectives found the uniform, a stash of counterfeit money, and some airsoft guns.
The only thing.
Oh man, if they were carrying around those guns, they're lucky they didn't get shot. I mean,
where did he get this? Where did he get the counterfeit money?
I don't know, but
Kid's legit. He's like more impressive to me than an actual cop.
Counterfeit money is a felony too, so I mean they're racking them up.
It takes more of an effort to get all of that shit than it would have to just go to police academy when you're of age.
Yeah.
To learn his lesson.
Investigators say the SUV is registered to the teen's great-grandmother, but it's unclear how he got the flashing lights.
He doesn't have a license. He could have gotten in a car accident and killed somebody.
Detectives say the boy also used the uniform and the Explorer to pull over a driver and got another teen to come out of his home during a phony disturbance call. In Victorville, Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
Wow. Yeah. You know, I've heard other stories of people doing this, but never someone this young. Like, he's not even old enough to have a driver's license. How did he get a car, and how did he get these lights and everything?
It's really weird that they're just doing it for the sake of doing it too. Like, I could see if it was like, if they were doing some kind of like hidden camera stunt or something for their YouTube channel or some shit, that I could understand maybe doing some shit like this, but just to do it, just to fuck with people, you know, and the dude's on a power trip or something. He'll make a great cop someday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's part of the reason why people become cops.
They finally catch him and they just let him be a cop.
Yeah, you're one of us. He goes directly from juvie to police academy.
Hell yeah. Oh shit, Teddy Rubskin's in the chat. We got to have him on as a guest one of these days, man.
So we have to have the fucking reject brother of Snuggles, the fabric softener bear, on our fucking show, and you know that his favorite show is Star Trek Discovery. So
it is?
Oh yeah, he made a video talking about how much he liked it. He said the Orville sucks balls. He said Discovery is even better than the original series, DS9, and the Next Generation combined. He loves that shit.
Did say, oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, he's got an altered perspective.
What do you expect when you have lint for brains?
Sounds like he's on fucking bath salts. About as altered as you can get. There's no further alteration than thinking that the new Star Trek is better than Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I'm fucking with him. He didn't really say that, but I'm going to continue to push that narrative. I just broke kayfabe just for a second. Anyway, okay. All right. So here's something, a product that tones your facial muscles. You know, that's one thing that I've noticed that's missing from competitive bodybuilding is, you know, these wrestlers, they have these bodybuilders have enormously built bodies, but not a lot of muscles in the actual face. So I think this'll bring it to the next level, you know. And
aloha, my name is Brandon Harris. I'd like to introduce you to my invention, Jazzercise. Did you know there's 57 plus muscles in your face and neck? Did you also know there's a piece of exercise equipment for every other muscle in the human body besides your face, which is quite possibly the most important one? Think about it. You put some resistance, you work out your bicep. It breaks down, it gets blood flow to it, new cells, it regenerates, it comes back healthier, more vibrant than it ever was before. We're finding from our customers that it's doing the exact same thing for your face and neck. The blood flow.
What? Oh my God. Oh, here it is in action.
The 40 pounds of resistance to the strongest muscle pound for pound in the human body.
This looks like a ball gag, a very loosely fitting ball gag.
It looks like he's about to be George the Animal Steel and he's sticking out his green tongue, man.
He's training himself to eat the turnbuckle.
The master, it's unbelievable.
Oh, I can't. Oh, I mean, he should be doing the shake weight at the same time. You know?
And there you have it, folks, a hands-free workout for your face and neck that you can use in the privacy of your own home. What we are getting from our customers is we literally have created the fountain of youth. Something about the blood flow, the oxygen.
Whoa, wait, hold on a minute. This thing keeps you young forever?
Yes. They created it. The fountain of youth. Get this, the fountain of youth, not a fountain at all.
Doesn't sound like something that you should gloss over. Like, hey, you can work out your face muscles all day. Also, it'll make you fucking live forever. But you can work out your fucking face and get rid of your fat chin.
Stimulation of the face, the brain and scalp, the hair growth. I mean, I can't even explain to you.
It made your hair grow?
Bald, man. He used to be bald, but then he started fucking chewing on this thing and his hair started growing again. Man.
It's when you strain your face muscles, it pushes the hair out more. That's how it works. Come on, dude. Science.
The primalness I've gotten back. And you have 40 plus pounds of resistance. You see how hard that is? My fingers can't do it, but my jaw definitely can. Jazzercise is 100% made in the USA. Jazzercise comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee, which I stand behind 100%. You try the product, you decide it's not for you, it's real easy. You cut it in half, send me a picture, and I refund 100% of your money on the spot. On top of that, we have a 30-day challenge going on for before and after pictures. We actually just had our first winner, Mr. Eric.
Are you sure she didn't just lose weight?
I've never seen a before and after picture anywhere ever that shows me anything. Like in any exercise video, it's always like two completely different angles or two different lightings.
Different lighting for sure. One's inside and one's outside.
Eric West, you sent a picture in, and 30 days later you sent.
Does he look stoned or what on the right?
Oh yeah, he's definitely just smoked a bowl, man.
This guy doesn't look like he fixed his jawline. He looks like he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like in the left, he's just the evil version of himself, and on the right, he's the friendly family man.
For just 20 to 30 minutes a day of use, taking days off when needed, you're going to see results that you will not believe until you see them. To say that people spend billions of dollars on facial creams, Botox, dangerous surgeries, and to think that for under $45 with a 60-day money-back guarantee, if this doesn't work for you,
Jazzercise. All right, well, I think we've seen enough.
That's the dumbest thing ever, but I want one.
Somebody's gonna end up choking on the fucking thing sooner or later.
I get that TMJ shit, you know, where your jaw starts to get sore and it locks up on you. I hate that. And I feel like this would just aggravate it. But yeah, his jaw gets swole. What? Yeah, that's garbage. All right.
Well, there's a market out there for it, though. A lot of people are self-conscious about having a double chin, and they want to find a way to fucking work out. But you're right. You just lose some weight, and it pretty much takes care of it for the most part. But
yeah. Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
All right. So I'm gonna play.
Mom's got beat.
What you know about the Antichrist? What you know about it? Yo, it ain't so nice, this whole Antichrist concept that they came up with in the past to frame my ass. Yeah, they think this shit is just a test. Well, guess what, fool? I don't think it's cool. These people don't want me to motherfucking rule this motherfucking world. They don't want to see me bring about heaven on earth and become your king.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty straightforward so far, I would say. And the flower border just adds to it. I think you got a better webcam since this, right?
Yeah. I'm past the rose era now, man. Yeah, I used to do all my videos with this rose border, and people ask me why. And it's like, have you not seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey when they get to heaven and God asks them, what is the meaning of life? And Bill and Ted are like, every rose has a thorn.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Well, that's one of the reasons why. But yeah, man, I made this song back in the days, all freestyle. I've never written a lyric in my life. I just freestyle all the time. But this is me talking about how when I become king, they're going to call me the Antichrist. And they actually came up with the entire concept of the Antichrist to frame me and get people to not trust me when I become king and try to bring heaven on earth for everyone alive. They've come up with all this propaganda, this Antichrist propaganda. So you got people like the Vigilant Christian Mario making videos saying, oh, the Antichrist is going to use robots and use transhumanism to make you immortal. And it's like, they're all trying to frame me, man. They've been brainwashing these idiots for hundreds of years now to hate me.
I was just, okay. I was playing a teaser of it so people can go check it out. It's like over 4 minutes long, so I don't know if I can play the whole thing. But I think you summed it up really good. And go ahead and finish any other thoughts you had on it. Oh, yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, no. It's just, I'm not worried about it. They're going to call me the Antichrist in the future, but I wear it with a badge of pride, and I'm not going to let it stop me from saving the world, man.
Jess, your thoughts?
I have no idea what's happening. Like, I'm so confused.
Welcome to the real world, my friend.
My perspective has been altered.
There you go. What plane of existence have I shifted to?
So they came up with this concept of the Antichrist to try to frame me and make me look that I'm not a good guy, or that I'm some kind.
Yeah. That was a little off right there, Evan. Little bit. But you're better than me. Like, I suck. I can't come up with that shit on the fly at all. It would sound like just
I've been there. First they say you're the Antichrist, and then they say you're not a good guy, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's true.
Kind of evil dude. Oh, but that's just so rude. It's my destiny to be the first king of the whole planet Earth, and heaven on earth is what I bring.
All right, we're gonna move on.
Cool.
Oh,
yeah, check out my channel, y'all out there in internet land, if you want to see some more fire freestyle raps.
Well, you got my vote for king of the planet.
Thank you,
I mean, he's gonna have robots do everything for us. How could you argue with that?
I can't.
And deliver you free everything on demand, man. Free weed, free food, anything you want. The robots will deliver it to you at any location for free 24 hours a day, man. It's going to be great. Hell yeah.
Hi, folks. Let's find out what's new in appliances and how to take care of ones you already have. I love appliances. Appliance Direct. I love good washers and good dryers.
Is this a Tim and Eric skit?
No, this is real.
Is there a fetish when you're sexually attracted to machines?
Yes.
I think this guy
great
is
dishwashers.
I mean, look at him.
He loves these appliances.
What the hell is he doing? Look at this.
I love refrigerators and ranges that cook right.
He's molesting these fucking stoves and shit, man. He really loves his appliances. Like, literally, he
Do you know there are
loves these things.
dishwashers that are quiet? I mean, almost silent. I'm talking KitchenAid whisper quiet. Careful with your glassware and clean better than commercial dishwasher. You have to pre-wash with a commercial dishwasher, not with these.
This guy, he's like the Mr. Miyagi of appliances, man. He's like teaching us the ways of the washing machine.
I just like the look on his face while he's walking up to whichever one he's going to stop at.
I love great dishwashers.
He loves
Appliance
it.
Direct. Had your washer ever ruined your clothes? It's your delicate cycle. True hand wash means two things. Number one, hand wash cycle that says hand wash. Smoother the tub, the less wear on your clothes. White porcelain. Appliance Direct's a Mana 3.5 cubic foot washer. ApplianceDirect.com for price. If you didn't buy direct,
you paid too much.
Ah!
Children of the Corn?
Where did he get those kids? They're not
I don't know. Yeah. What are you trying to say?
Two girls from The Shining, man.
Play
Appliance
with us.
Direct.
Play with us.
Power bill too high? It's the dryer. It's always the dryer. Want to dry clothes fast? Bigger the dryer, faster it dries. Drum light, plus a big blower and powerful element. Like
You gotta be washing a lot
Wow.
of clothes for it to fuck with your bill, man. You gotta be washing clothes like every day for it to impact your
Oh, this
utility
guy
bill.
is washing clothes every day. He's got to wash the blood stains out from the parents of those kids.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. From the kids he's abducted. He puts them inside of the dryer on the tumble cycle.
Buy direct.
You paid too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
See?
shit.
See, there, now
killed
there's
off
only one
one
of them.
He comes in a dishwasher and it spits out
Appliance
a white
Direct.
kid.
Buy any dishwasher and buy any microwave, and we'll install the dishwasher for free. You will need a new install kit, $13.50. Buy any dishwasher and buy any microwave, and we'll install the dishwasher for free. Appliance Direct and Whirlpool. I love appliances. Appliance Direct. If you didn't buy direct.
Wow, how long is this? Holy shit. It's only halfway done.
Oh my god.
Appliance Direct. Florida's biggest selling over-the-range microwave. Get the Whirlpool 780 dishwasher with a stainless steel interior and hidden controls. Maytag high-efficiency top-load washer with a power wash. Florida's best-selling stainless steel French door refrigerator.
Oh shit, he's like fucking
Everything
Pennywise
plus
the
convection
Clown, man.
ranges.
Huh? Yeah, he's got balloons now. All right, I don't know how much more we can really say about this, but yes, that's insane. That's like...
I love them. I love guys like that. These weird, like, public access commercial guys.
I
They're
love
always
that
like
shit too.
Just the weirdest guys, but strangely charming, and you kind of want to be their best friend, but you don't want them in your house at the same time.
In Minneapolis, we got a guy named Fancy Ray McClooney, and he does all these local commercials, and he started on public access, and he looks like Prince and fucking what's that? He looks like he's a wild dude, but he was actually on the Super Bowl. He made it on a Super Bowl commercial, so that was pretty cool.
Here's a guy we haven't watched in a long time. It's Nephilim Free. We used to watch him on Drunken Peasants back in the day.
Ooh.
It's the confirmation bias of evolutionists. Ooh. So people who accept evolution, they're
evolutionists.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, everybody who believes in evolution calls themselves evolutionists, man.
Yep. I am a evolutionist. I'm an evolutionary.
What would you say if there were two fellows standing and staring at an automobile, and one of them says, "Hey, "That's a nice car." And the other guy says, "It isn't actually a car. We just call it that because it's convenient." The other fellow would be thinking, "What the heck?" Well, that's very much like the ridiculous argument that we hear from evolutionists about DNA. DNA is information which has linguistics properties, phonetics, semantics, punctuation, syntax, grammar, acrobatics, and performs algorithmic information processing, copy, paste, insert, delete, backup.
Who is this, Matt Hardy? Delete.
No, it's Nephilim free. He's been around a long time, and apparently he doesn't believe in DNA. So
yeah, it's pretty. I can't believe there's people that still don't believe in evolution. You know, when there's so many. I've said it before, like just how they've bred dogs to be certain breeds, and they've like over generations and generations they shape a dog breed to be a certain way. You know, and there's insects that build up resistance to pesticides. Yeah. There's rats that develop a natural resistance to rat poison and shit over time. Like,
yeah. Well, he also believes the planet Earth is the center of the universe as well.
I don't understand creationists that hate evolution so much. Like, just say that God made evolution. There, right? The issue is done.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean,
like, this is not your hill to die on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because there's already a working understanding of it. Mm-hmm. You know, so it really can't be denied, and it doesn't disprove the existence of God. So yeah. I don't understand why they're so wrapped up in this one point specifically, because they want to believe that, you know, the earth was created within a certain amount of days and man was created, you know, really soon after that. So,
well, my family is very religious. I have an aunt who's a minister, and her son said something to me one time that was very that I thought was smart. It was like a smart defense of creationism. He said that, like, well, you know, the Bible says that God created the earth in 7 days, but it also says that to God, 1,000,000 billion years is like 1 day. So who's to say that he's not creating everything right now over the course of millions and billions of years? And I'm like, you did it. You just you did it. Good job. You fixed creationism.
Yeah. Well, you're right, though. I mean, evolution and creationism are not diametrically opposed to each other. They can coexist. If evolution exists, it could be there by design, you know? So, yeah, but it's these Bible heads. It's these idiots that have been brainwashed by the Bible or the Quran or the Torah to believe in this horse shit. And
yeah, they should just be believing in Evanism instead.
Exactly,
see?
Man.
Evanism is next to heavenism. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Next to heavenism. I'm going to eat one of these right now. Panda candies.
Ooh, man. Well, how much? What's that got in it, man? How much?
It's each piece has 10 milligrams in it.
Ain't bad.
Yeah, and it's weird how it's packaged, you know, to look just like candy, but it's marijuana candy. And then they have to put, at the bottom they had to put a warning. This product contains marijuana.
I like that it says chew.
I thought that was
like you don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, have someone choke on it because they try to swallow it whole or something.
Yeah.
I might skip let's see a little bit more Nephilim.
These kinds of processes run by algorithms. Information linguistics and algorithms come only from intelligence. Material processes have no potential to make them. So then, how did the DNA information in the genome of every living thing become information, organized to conform to linguistics laws, and possess algorithmic information processing? See, this is empirical evidence that life was in fact intelligently designed. I recently received this comment on my YouTube
empirical evidence.
Sean H. says, Nephilim Free, sorry, but calling DNA information is an analogy. Is that like calling the car not really a car, saying we just call it a car, it's an analogy? We do that because it's convenient for us to do so, he says.
So he's saying DNA is like a language put there by God. I don't know. That's what it sounds like he's trying to say. But it's not information in the same way that we think of information. It's basically.
I think this guy thinks that DNA stands for do not atheism. Just don't do it.
I tried to, I tried to bring Nephilim back, but maybe I should just go back to years of ignoring him instead.
But hey, even if we say it's information, then we can no longer say that all information requires an intelligence because we have no intelligent evidence of it, that intelligence was involved in DNA or was required. Let's read that again, because there's a logical mistake this fellow's making in this statement. See if you can spot it. But hey, even if we say it is information, then we can no longer say that all information requires an intelligence because we have no evidence that intelligence was involved in DNA or was required.
Okay.
That sounds an awful...
I'm just like, okay. You win.
He doesn't win. He doesn't win.
Well, who wins in this argument? Like the DNA deniers, or who gives a fuck if it's created or if it came naturally, man? Like what difference does it fucking make? Is it like,
it's just the way they. I mean, DNA is just how they've come to an understanding of how genetics works and how they can read genetics. The genetic information.
Well, I will say one thing. The way evolution has been presented to us is actually pretty damn racist. Because if you think about it, if you ever see like a slideshow of like the evolution of human, they always show it going from like looking like monkeys or apes, and then it gets like the skin color gets lighter and lighter and lighter until it's a white person. And it's like they're trying to say like the most evolved is the whiter you get. But really, if evolution is about adaptation to your environment, then the most evolved people would be the ones with the dark skin and the most melanin who can be out in the sun the longest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're better at basketball too.
So the more evolved we get, the darker our skin will get.
Actually,
really know they're evolved.
Actually, not necessarily, to be honest with you, because every 4 years they have FIBA, which is like the World Cup of basketball. It's kind of like the World Cup of soccer, where a team from every country competes in it, and Nigerians can't play basketball very well. Actually, most of the African basketball teams sucked really bad. So I don't think it's just inherent that black people are good at basketball. I think it's also a cultural thing too. Because I mean, like the US national team was mostly black guys, but they were all pro basketball players. So they kicked the shit out of like every team that they played. But a lot of the African teams were just garbage.
Well, I hate to say it, but people who are from Africa, you talk about evolution and selective breeding. The black people in America back in slavery days, they were selectively bred to be the strongest, tallest, biggest people possible to breed. And, it's just like, so it's no wonder that
the Harlem Globetrotters, they never fucking lose to the Washington Generals.
Exactly.
All right, next next video.
It's the freak phone, and here's the party freak.
Yeah.
Friday freak, sensation, grabbing the nation, doing the freak. Call now, 1-900.
Do you remember this shit? I mean, like,
hell no, but I love it.
I don't remember this specifically, but I remember like before the internet, like they would trick kids into calling these hotlines because it would automatically just bill your phone bill for whatever it was. So they'd put stupid shit like this out there, hoping kids would just like pick up the phone without asking their parents and just call. Please get your parents' permission before calling.
490 freak. Join the party, the fast and easy way to hear what's scamming from New York to LA. Call now, 1-900-490 freak. What's happening?
I wonder what it sounds like a phone sex line.
Jamming, party till you drop. Dialing here the action. What's happening?
He's on the other
Call
end.
now, 1-900-490 freak. $2 a call.
The Freak Phone. And
$2
now you can
a
call the
call.
phone freaks on the
That's
Freak
not
Phone
bad,
for
though.
freaky, frightening fun. Call us
That's
now
some
at
freaky deaky shit,
1-900-490-FREAK, and you'll get full tilt, madcap, wacky, warp madness. Give us a call, 1-900-490-FREAK. A dazzling, diabolical, hideous dimension of torrid, twisted terror. Join the party. Selected callers get
What
to
the
talk to
fuck
one of
is
the phone
this
freaks
all
live. Call us
about?
now,
Holy
1-900-490-FREAK.
fuck, I don't know, but I think I'm about to
Just
call it,
$2 a
man. I got
call.
$2. Holy shit. That's great, man. That's what it's all about. I used to love it was all about like that in the 90s, the early 90s when OK Soda used to be around. You guys remember OK Soda?
I don't think we had that where I used to live.
Oh shit, it was like a Coca-Cola product where they would mix, it was like Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola, Orange Pop, everything mixed together into one fucking thing, and they had this little number you could call on called 1-800-I-FEEL-OK, and you could call up and leave messages there, and oh man, we used to prank call that fucking line all day, man. It was great. I can't believe you guys didn't experience OK Soda.
No.
Wow.
Never heard of OK Soda.
Wow.
I'll watch this guy.
Holy shit, that was like the longest sound of breaking glass I've ever heard, man.
That's because the glass broke and then it continued to fall down the escalator. It's crazy.
That kid is on the escalator again.
This guy's.
What's he gonna do? Oh.
Whoa!
Whoa, dude.
Whoa!
I think he's had enough now, sweetheart. He needs to go home. Look at him.
Look at him.
The
He needs
disgrace.
to go home.
You've moved back to the village. Oh, he's gone. He's fallen off the chair.
Wow.
Woke up a little bit. He's got all these seats, these couches and shit, and he's sitting on a little stool.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This is a compilation of extremely drunk girls in bathrooms, basically.
Oh shit, she's dead.
3. Wait, I'm actually in this.
Oop. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Oh god.
Freshen up your punani, punani, punani. Freshen up your punani for your boyfriend.
Yay for douche.
The girl's getting her hair sucked in through the other side of the hair dryer.
Why does it smell like poo? What? Smell
What? Was she trying to climb through the ceiling?
Looks like it, man.
You sick to me, don't you?
Oh my God, she broke the fucking toilet.
All these people are dead.
I don't know the words. Oh my God! What are you doing in here?
That guy's my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm here to rape you, ladies. Get ready for it.
Let's see what we got next. Oh no, that's the same thing. Is this it? Oh no. You know what? This is a different one.
Oh shit.
I think we've already saw this one though. Yeah, someone. Okay, I had 2 videos of that. All right. Toronto man destroys storefront window after being denied a beer. So they wouldn't serve this guy a beer, and he's freaking out now.
Holy shit! It's like Shaun of the Dead, man. Yeah, he really could have used another beer, man.
Dude, hey, dude, get back here. Come on. Get back here. Everyone. Guys, to the back. Get back here, man.
This is like the worst version of Why Are You Closed?
Come on, dudes. Come on.
Yeah, this is Toronto. That's why they're just letting him do it.
Yeah.
And then they'll call the cops later.
I hope he gets away with it. They should have given him a beer.
Wow, he's going for the next window.
Huh?
Yeah.
Get out!
Holy shit.
I hope no one's wearing sandals, eh?
Yo, he's coming back. Hey, get the fuck back. Back. Get to the back, please. Don't take a risk for this guy, dude. He's fucking crazy, man. Wow, so much glass in my shoes.
Is it a member of Devo? Man, he's got like a weird hat on. Man.
Yeah, it's like a hard hat.
He's a fucking superhero. He's a vigilante. That's his costume.
I'll get you drunks out of my town.
You gotta think, what's that guy going through right now? That he's doing this with his life. He's got a herd hat on. Jesus.
He's got a herd hat on.
How do we stop him? He's got a hard hat on.
Dude, you're gonna get arrested.
Yeah, that's their threat. He's gonna get arrested. There's a whole bar full of them and one of him.
That guy does not fear getting arrested.
I know. So they're all hiding in the back of the bar, letting him continue to destroy shit. Instead of being like, don't do that or we're gonna fucking stop you. They're like, you're gonna get arrested, man.
Oh, the cops are coming.
Why would you tell him so he can run away?
The cops are coming. Wow.
Holy shit.
How are they not here right now? I don't know. How are the cops not here right now? How are the cops not here?
Well, it's only been like 20 seconds. What do you mean? How are the cops not here right now?
I don't know what happened to the sound. Oh, there you go. Ha! He said he is a cop.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. Somebody get this guy a beer.
Yeah.
Fight the power, man.
Holy shit. Maybe Dudley Do-Right will come in and bust him, man. Ride in on his moose and shit.
Snidely Whiplash.
Maybe that's who that is, man. Maybe that's Snidely.
Snidely Whiplash.
I want to be that guy. He's my hero.
You want to be the window smashing guy? I mean, that's really easy. That's an easy goal to accomplish.
Every time I'm anywhere, I just think, God, I want to lose it with a fucking bat right now and start smashing this place.
I want to lose it with a bat. Lose it with a bat. All right. Here's G-Man. He's going to talk about how water gives you cancer. Tap water. He made one the other day saying that chemotherapy is a waste of money. So, G-Man in his cancer battle.
Yeah, man. He's a revolutionary, man.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to GTV. I am G-Man, your host. And today we're going to be learning why drinking tap water will actually give you cancer. But before we do that, we're going to watch a video. And I may stop it in the middle of it and talk about what we're listening to. Go through some definitions of words and show you an article about just how dangerous your tap water is and how you can get cancer from drinking it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, think for yourself.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, stop drinking water. Just stop it. If you drink water, it will kill you.
Holy shit! Drugs in our drinking water. Is that the name of the video he's about to watch?
Yeah,
now, that would be maybe that brings a whole new definition to tap water. Maybe the tap and tap water stands for the alter perspective.
Oh, there you go. Evan revealing the truth constantly.
Trick you into drinking unhealthy tap water because of their scientism. Rather, take your health seriously. Think for yourself and take care of your body. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this speaker in. So that you can hear it,
thanks for the play-by-play.
So just give me a second here, guys.
Okay, this is shit you should have done before you started recording this video. This should have been set up before, G-Man.
Oh, this is GTV, man. He flies by the seat of his pants.
Here we go.
Safety of America's water supply. In the first nationwide investigation of its kind, the Associated Press found that at least 41 million of us are drinking water that contains traces of prescription drugs. And now many are wondering, is our water safe?
No, I'm going to stop it. Well, let me actually.
I believe that has to do with people flushing prescription drugs down the toilet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I just want him to click on that Batman Beyond thumbnail. I want to watch that. Forget about the water.
You don't care about water? Jesus, you're a fucking monster.
This
is come on. This is the gift that keeps giving. Now G-Man is advertising tequila on his channel. Colgate toothpaste. He can't stop the ads from playing.
Colgate 360 Advanced Toothbrush.
Oh boy. Okay, give me a second.
Oh my god. There's so much failure going on.
Holy shit.
Give me a second.
Okay, there you go.
All right, I want to apologize for all I hit the wrong thing on here. But I do want to say this. She was just talking about, and obviously I rewinded it so you guys couldn't hear it. But she was just talking about how there's prescription drugs, traces of it, in our tap water.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you might have heard me saying that I was talking to some individuals. And a lot of these individuals that I'm talking
How does that mean it caused cancer? Why would they give you prescription drugs that cause cancer? Yeah. So that story wasn't about water causing cancer. It was about how there are traces of prescription drugs being found in water. And from what I understand, that has to do with people disposing of prescription drugs into the water system rather than disposing of them in a place where they're supposed to dispose of them. So she didn't say anything about cancer. So far, the title of your video has nothing to do with the content of it.
I'm going to be taking clips and snippets of things that they have said in the past and put them on this YouTube channel so that you can see that I'm not making this up. Where people have said that there's nothing wrong with drinking tap water and that drinking clean water will not actually help you live longer. You know what I mean? And they get pretty emotional when they begin to talk about this. And this is why I keep saying that you got to stop talking to these people that are into the scientism.
Scientism. I like how it has tism. It's a type of tism.
Yeah. Is scientism the belief in science, or is it the science of tism?
It's like when it's like autism, except you're a really good scientist, man.
Yeah,
That's what Bill
scientism.
Nye has.
Yeah.
And have this religious belief that everything a scientist tells them is true. Listen to this again. I apologize.
New worries tonight about the safety of America's water supply.
We already heard
in the
this,
first
G-Man.
nationwide investigation of its kind. The Associated Press found that at least
I mean, I forget that I've played a video and sometimes play the same video twice, but it's not within like 2 minutes of it. Like usually it's months down the road.
41 million of us are drinking water that contains traces of prescription drugs. And now many are wondering, is our water safe? Here's Nancy Cordes.
So you could be potentially drinking Metarol,
Dumb
lithium,
motherfucker. Let the video
Thorazine.
play, man. He's just
keep
that's the part we already heard.
Drinking traces of aspirin and things like that. Because if you understand where our tap water comes from, which is the reservoir, you know what I mean, and how they go about doing the filtering process, which I know something about, then you'll know what you're getting trace elements of. And just because these things are in small amounts, don't mean that they don't add up through the years.
Through the years? So if you drink
drugs go out of your system, man.
Yeah. If you drink a glass of water that has traces of a drug in it, you think that if you drink a glass of water a year from now that has the same trace that's going to build up?
Man. Fucking A.
This investigation reveals that nearly every drinking water supply in the country that's been tested for pharmaceuticals tested positive. 24 major metropolitan areas from coast to coast. What turn?
Okay, well, at least not Seattle.
Gay. I hate this guy. He's not even cool.
Who, G-Man? Oh, he's awesome.
Oh, shit. I was wrong.
There's no such thing as a starving Christian child, according to G-Man.
Yeah.
So if you
that's
starve,
true, because Christian children get the Jesus crackers for free.
not in a place where there's no crackers.
the taxpayers have to pay for the crackers.
I still got to debate G-Man one of these days. I know he thinks he wins everything, but I think I could take him, man. But
Trace
why the
amounts
Bible's
of
evil?
everything from sex hormones to drugs for livestock, anti-seizure medications, prescription painkillers, even the antidepressant ingredient in Prozac. How many?
One of the things that
But none of this
Tap
has
water
anything to
sounds
do
pretty
with
fucking
cancer. Why would any of these drugs cause cancer?
Who knows, man? He's definitely not getting to the point anytime soon.
that you can actually do at home, and again, this is not that pseudo religious nonsense where you can't test it yourself. You don't have to take somebody's word on it. You can go get a chlorine test, a swimming pool test, and test your water depending on what city you live in, because not everybody puts chlorine in their water. And you can actually test how much chlorine is in your water, and a lot of times
chlorine isn't a prescription drug. That's to test how much chlorine is in your fucking swimming pool. And yeah, in the drinking water, there might be a little bit of chlorine in there. I'm not sure what they use to treat water. I don't know for sure, but it's not going to be enough to where it's dangerous to the population. And that's not even the same reason that the chemicals they use to treat water, they're not the same thing as prescription drugs. How are you getting all these things confused with one another?
there is more chlorine in your water, in your drinking water, than there is in a swimming pool. It's disgusting.
No, there's not.
Bullshit. He's full of shit.
What?
Yeah. Then there is in your swimming pool. Well, they use more overall because they're treating more water that's in a swimming pool, but the concentration of chlorine in a swimming pool is going to be higher than in the tap water in a metropolitan area. What water has G-Man been drinking? Does he go to the fucking local swamp and stick a straw into it? I mean...
That'd be great.
Like you can taste chlorine in pool water. It like stings your eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
My eyes don't hurt when I drink a glass of tap water.
Yeah, when you shower, that tap water is just fucking burning your eyes out.
Yeah.
These evolutionists will argue that it's necessary to put that much chlorine in your water to prevent you from getting sick without understanding how the chlorine interacts with the other chemicals that's in your water. One day we'll get into a video and we'll talk specifically about that because it's very technical about some of the things I got to get into. But
it's a technical thing. I'll get into it later.
How many water suppliers that you spoke to actually filter out pharmaceuticals?
Virtually no water supplier we talk to will claim or can claim to entirely filter out pharmaceuticals because the treatment systems aren't designed to filter out pharmaceuticals.
In Philadelphia, for example, scientists detected 63 different pharmaceuticals in the untreated watershed and 50.
Okay, so the pharmaceutical thing, that is a problem. It has nothing to do with causing cancer. That's an entirely different problem. So, okay, bye, G-Man.
Philadelphia, born and raised, drinking tap water is how I spend most of my days.
Here's some interesting news stories. China bans the letter N from the internet. That's convenient for them because, they don't have letters in their writing. Or they do, but it's different.
I thought they were supposed to ban the N word, not the N letter, man. What the fuck?
They're just cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, exactly.
The Chinese government has put a ban on the letter N. George Orwell's satirical novel Animal Farm and the use of the phrase Zidong. Zidong? Is that like Zayodadong? In the country's latest crackdown on online content. There is no concrete reason as to why the letter N or Orwell's novel and the Zedong have been banned from the internet. According to speculations, however, the letter N might have been banned since it has said to have been used as a sign of dissent. Huh.
Well, it's not. Yeah, China's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, the Great Firewall of China, they call it, because the government has blocked several popular things and websites from the public. I don't know if this is still the case. I know YouTube was blocked in China at one point, so was Google. Facebook, because on Facebook, a lot of it has to do with political parties trying to rise up because China's a single party state. So it's actually illegal to have a different political party other than the Communist Party of China trying to get into power. So they just silence that.
You know that movies featuring ghosts are also banned in China. You can't have any movie with a ghost in it at all, or they won't let it be played in China. It's really fucking weird, man. What do they got against the letter N and ghosts? Fucking A, man. Are they not going to be able to play certain episodes of Sesame Street in China now, or what, man?
Yeah, any episode brought to you by the letter N.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the next. Stop blaming white people sign causes stir at New Jersey post office. March's National Stop Blaming White People Month. The United States Postal Service says it is investigating a racial sign put up outside its Flemington location. Okay, someone else investigate this because the Postal Service needs to concentrate on delivering mail and nothing else. It's already a big enough pain in the ass to go to the post office anyway. Why distract them any further? Let them focus, okay? USPS Postal Inspector Greg Claim? I don't know how to say this fucking name. Take your best crack at it. What do you think it is?
Climax?
Climax.
Climax. Greg, that sounds like a porn star name. USPS Postal Inspector Greg Climax said Friday afternoon the sign, which read March's National Stop Blaming White People Month, accept responsibility for your own bad choices, hug a white person, was put up sometime Thursday. It was taken down in the afternoon by employees, he said. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm a white person. I don't want anyone touching me, so I'm offended.
Right. I don't want to be
hugged by a stranger.
I don't want to be blamed, but I also don't want to be hugged.
Yeah.
So I completely disagree with the sign. I'm 50-50 with the sign. I don't want to be blamed, but I wouldn't be hanging up signs asking people not to blame me either. Only when someone gets in my face and says, you, speaking about me specifically, is like, I'm holding you responsible for slavery, then I would say, sorry, don't blame me.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, for sure. You know, is this guy saying that white people shouldn't be blamed for anything? Like, if you rob a bank and you're white, you shouldn't be blamed for it? You know, what the fuck?
That's not what they're saying, but you could, look at it that way.
It should have said, stop blaming all white people. And at least then, would have made a little more sense, but whatever. So what did this guy do? Did he go postal and rip down the sign or something?
Well, they took the sign down and they're investigating, which probably means they're not doing shit. I mean, if you've ever had mail lost, they'll investigate that too. Usually don't get it back, though. KFC forced to close restaurants after running out of chicken. And these are in UK KFC restaurants, it seems so strange.
Oh, this happened to me once. I went to a KFC one time. Me
First
and my
mistake.
friends were sent out by the group to go get KFC, and we got there, and they said that they were out of chicken. So we didn't know what to do. We got Taco Bell instead. We got back to the house. Everyone was all mad at us, like it was our fault. KFC ran out of chicken. They wouldn't let us back in the house. We had to sleep outside in a trench.
Those fucking monsters.
Fault.
Could have at least brought some biscuits back, man.
It was forced into closing many of its restaurants in the UK after it ran out of chicken. Branches in Bristol, Berkshire, Cheshire, Devon, Newcastle, Suffolk, and Surrey were all affected by an issue with the chain's new delivery partner. Okay, don't blame them. It's the delivery partner, guys. That's why.
Well, it's all those chicken sanctions Donald Trump is putting on Europe right now, man.
Well, everyone always wants to complain about the animal cruelty in those chicken slaughterhouses where they throw all the little baby chickens into a meat grinder. I mean, complain all you want, but this is why we need more of them. We don't need KFCs running out of chicken.
You know what, though?
What you people have caused.
KFC is subpar compared to most fast food fried chicken chains.
It is. Eating KFC, I've never eaten KFC and not literally died immediately after.
You regret it almost immediately. When you're eating it, you're like, "Oh, this is so good. Man, these potatoes made out of powder are delicious." And then when you're done, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, "This is fucking terrible."
Yeah, you're like, eating is a mistake. Humanity should not exist to eat food.
That's the KFC depths of despair right there. You've reached the lowest point. That's rock bottom. You can only go up from there. So I guess people were pissed. They were outraged on Twitter. What else is new? After discovering that
Kentucky Fried Chicken had run out of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Ask
for Mississippi Fried Chicken instead.
How about some Bristol Fried Chicken?
Yeah.
Well,
how about some Berkshire Fried Chicken?
Exactly, man. Quit importing it from Kentucky, then.
Yeah. How can people in the UK complain about this? Kentucky's nowhere near them. They should be thankful they ever get Kentucky Fried Chicken.
How about some Devon Fried Chicken? How dare you address me as a cat? Devon Fried Chicken. Yeah, so people were pissed. You know, we covered a story on DP years ago where they ran out of fried chicken. I think it was KFC. They were having like their chicken deal and they ran out of chicken, and all these people were all pissed off. They're like, we ran out of chicken. And they're like, how are we supposed to feed our family?
Yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah, I love that shit. Like, oh, your family has to die now.
Ooh.
People are walking. Glass. Yeah, what the fuck? So, why do I even have to read this whole thing? Apple, they just love everything to be clear. I don't know. So now they have people running into glass doors. What more can even be said about this?
I think there's a
7 people injured themselves by walking straight into the glass doors. Apple.
It's not a problem with glass doors. It's a problem with stupid people, man. It's a stupid people problem, not a fucking glass door problem.
I mean, it's a good advertisement for Apple's squeegee team. Promote those guys because they're doing a bang-up job.
The Apple computer world famous squeegee team. Yeah. Yeah. Squeegee team. Now I picture what the Apple squeegee team looks like.
Matching outfits.
Yep.
They're like Oompa Loompas, man. The Apple Loompas.
So this next video is actually a news story, and it's CNN. They're interviewing Ted Cruz. They play an ad where Ted Cruz makes fun of the name of the guy who's running against him because it's like, he says it's an un-American sounding name. But then the guy interviewing Ted Cruz points out that Ted Cruz's real name isn't Ted. So, yeah, it gets good. It's like Raphael. So...
Senator Ted Cruz easily winning the Republican primary in Texas. He got well over 80% of the vote. Cruz will now be challenged by Democrat Beto O'Rourke. The Cruz campaign already getting into the swing of things. They have a new ad mocking O'Rourke for his name. Take a listen.
I remember reading stories. Liberal Robert wanted to fit in, so he changed his name to Beto and hit it with a grin. Beto wants those open borders. Wants to take our guns. Not a chance on earth he'll get them.
They should just play this as a legit country music song. It'll fucking climb up the charts.
From millions of Texans. The senator could sing that way. Joining us now is Republican Senator Ted Cruz of Texas. Senator, thank you for taking the invitation. Congratulations.
Does he use like a
cool? He looks he looks like a nice dude.
He looks like they use a shoehorn to jam his neck down into his collar. Like, what the fuck?
It's on the win.
Well, thank you, Chris. Good to be with you this morning.
So what do you make of the turnout numbers? There was a boost for Republicans as well that should be added, but you've been talking about Democrats coming out. You see it as a signal.
Well, listen, there's no doubt the extreme left right now is energized. They are angry. They hate the president. And we're seeing that. We're seeing that in the fundraising numbers for Democrats all across the country. We're seeing that in turnout. That being said, in Texas last night, we had a strong turnout for conservatives. It was really encouraging. The early vote numbers were quite good for Democrats, but at the end of the night, I was very gratified to win over 85% of the vote, to win 1.3 million votes, which is more than double what my Democratic opponent got. That doesn't quite fit the narrative that a lot of folks in the media want to tell, because every 2 years, every 4 years, Texas is always fixing to turn blue. But the nice value of it is, in Texas at least, there are a lot more conservatives than there are liberals.
So you're subscribing to the idea
you know
of
what
a
they
blue
said
wave.
about Texas? Old Jerry Lawler once said, there's only 2 things that came out of Texas: steers and queers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Back on Monday Night
They say
Raw.
they say that in Full Metal Jacket too, I believe.
That is hitting a red wall. So O'Rourke will be your challenger, but you're already going after him. Why, if you don't take it seriously and you had twice the votes? Why go after him so early?
Let's be clear. We absolutely take the race seriously. We take nothing for granted. I'm going to do everything I can to continue to earn the support of every one of 28 million Texans across the state. And I will say for the voters that there's a clear contrast on substance and policy and ideas. Congressman O'Rourke is running hard to the left. He is embracing positions like open borders, like amnesty. He's embracing positions like aggressive advocacy of gun control and undermining our Second Amendment. Now,
doesn't he kind of look like he's melting?
Now, those are wonderfully popular positions.
Okay.
He looks like Grandpa
If you're running,
Monster mixed with fucking good old JR, man.
For the Senate in New York or Massachusetts or California, but this is Texas, and those are not the views of the vast majority of Texans, and I think that's why you saw the overwhelming election results last night.
Are you concerned about your poll numbers? I'm looking at one here from YouGov from February 1st to 12th. Has you about 40-40, approve, disapprove. 10 points higher with strong disapprove than strong approve. You worried about those numbers?
You know, there are always these online polls that end up oversampling a bunch of Democrats. And listen, we live in a polarized world right now, so it's not surprising if you ask a bunch of Democrats their approval of Republicans. The numbers are pretty low. You know, I will say, though, for anyone that follows Texas politics, we all remember back 4 years ago when Wendy Davis was the next big thing in the national media. She had filibustered in support of late-term abortion. The national media loved her. Well, on primary day, she lost in the Democratic primary. It was either 22 or 23 counties, all in South Texas, against an unknown Democrat with no money at all. And that really presaged the fact that her views were out of step, even for Democratic primary voters in Texas. The reason I draw that analogy is last night we saw something very similar. Congressman O'Rourke won barely 60%.
I'm kind of fine with Texas leaving the U.S. I don't know.
The Democratic primary
South
against two opponents with no name ID and no money. And just like Wendy Davis, he lost South Texas. He lost the Valley badly. And I think that underscores that most Texans look at a candidate who brags about his F rating from the NRA. And just a couple of weeks ago, Congressman O'Rourke tweeted out to the world how proud he was that he has an F rating from the NRA. Not a D, not a D minus, not a C, an F. And I happily retweeted it. I said, look, we got a choice. And if you're running to succeed Nancy Pelosi in San Francisco, that's a great thing to be tweeting out. Those are the values of that district's voters. But in Texas, those are not the values of Texas. And that's why at the end of the day, I think we're going to see a very strong election day in November.
So we'll get into a couple of these policy issues and where you are, because you got a little bit of a challenge, too. If you still have your eyes on the prize of a national race, you're going to have to be careful about your positions. They may suit Texas, but as you say, you'd have to win points at some point in California and New York as well. But the ad, you go after Beto for his name. Beto is obviously a nickname. Why? One, you didn't like that dirty pool when you were running for president and the president called you Lion Ted. You didn't like that kind of tactic. And, look, your name is Raphael. You go by Ted. Your middle name is Edward.
Yeah. So he's using the nickname version, the short version of his middle name.
Why the fuck would you rather be Ted than Raphael?
Because he's really a Ninja Turtle under all that.
Because he wants to pretend
he
like
doesn't want anyone to know he's a Ninja Turtle.
He doesn't want anyone to know he's Cuban. Is actually it. Well, I mean, he can't deny it because it's a fact. He was also born in Canada too. I don't know how I don't know how people think he can run for president, but they're gonna let him do it. And if he ever happens to win, I guess they'd look at whether or not it's valid. So.
That's an anglicized version of it. He went the other way and has a more ethnic version of his name. Why go after it? You're both doing the same thing.
Well, listen, you're absolutely right. My name is Rafael Edward Cruz. I am the son of my father, Rafael Cruz, an immigrant from Cuba who came to Texas with nothing and had $100 in his underwear, couldn't speak English, washed dishes, making 50 cents an hour. And my dad's journey of an immigrant.
Yeah. Man, he spent long nights dancing on top of tables to earn food to put on our plates.
Coming to Texas seeking freedom. That's the American story. That's who we are. In terms of the jingle, some of it is just have a sense of humor. I mean, you actually miss the title of the song, which is, if you're going to run in Texas, you can't run as a liberal man. And the whole point of the song is...
That's a catchy title, by the way, Senator.
We had some fun with it. Because, listen, Texans, there is a common sense.
It's not only the way he looks, it's his voice too. He's got that. I mean, like, he just doesn't even seem real. He sounds like some kind of weird fictional character.
Conservative practicality about Texans. Texans, we understand low taxes, low regulations produce jobs. There's a reason 1,000 people a day move to Texas, because we have jobs everywhere. Texans don't want to see a return to the high tax, high regulation, high spending days of Barack Obama and the economic stagnation that came with it. Texans value jobs and low taxes and freedom. We see Obamacare doing devastation. Congressman O'Rourke supports high taxes, high regulation, Obamacare.
Everybody.
And fundamentally,
He looks like
Texans...
politician man. Like, if you... Like in a cartoon, if you see like just a generic politician character, he's every guy in a suit ever. I like him. I think he's cool.
I don't. I think he's garbage.
I don't know or care at all who any of these people are. Like, everything they're saying is just like nonsense words to me. So I just judge them by how they look. And this guy seems like a regular guy, so I'm going to assume he's my guy.
You have the poorest. You have the poorest taste out of any person I've ever met in my life.
He's like a regular Joe named.
No, he's not.
Value our freedoms.
I think
our
the majority of
constitutional
American
liberties
voters are the same way, man. They don't listen to anything political, and they just go based on looks and first impressions and who they think looks like the
This guy couldn't.
I mean, I think that's everyone. I think
This guy
people just
couldn't get
kinda-
elected outside of Texas, or
I think
maybe
people just-
Alabama.
People just lie to themselves and they pretend to care about the issues and senators and like all these, but like really, it's just who they like the most, who looks the coolest, and who, I don't know.
He doesn't look cool.
I think
he does not.
looks cool.
Oh my God!
Religious liberty, our Second Amendment.
Right.
Those
But
are the
Senator,
values of
I
Texas.
am never going to talk law with you. I remember Professor Dershowitz telling me that you were the best mind he ever taught. But even you know that some of the things that you won't
That'll
give a
be the
position
sequel, A
on right
Beautiful
now,
Mind,
like
Part
bump
2,
stocks, like the Knicks fix, which is, of course, in
Ted
part
Cruz.
advanced by your fellow senator there in Texas. Why not give positions on those? You think you can argue in favor of bump stocks? You think you can argue in favor of not having background checks cover all sales?
Chris, what I think is that we need to be serious about stopping mass murders and stopping crime. I've spent a lot of my professional career working in law enforcement, working to keep behind bars murderers and rapists and violent criminals.
I want
And we
him
need
to
to talk.
take off his suit, and under it, he's like way fatter than he looks. And
Yeah,
he's like a
absolutely
blob
he
underneath
is.
it, and he grows to epic proportions and swallows the guy on the left, even though they're in like totally different buildings. He's that huge and amorphous.
Trump
I want him
has
to
the
take over
same
America
thing.
that way.
Trump has the same thing where it looks like he's just kind of like stuffed down into his suit. The suit.
I love it. I love big, fat, serious, boring, regular asshole-looking guys. They're the best.
About what
I aspire
works
to be.
and what-
I aspire to be like a middle-aged normie politician. That's my life goal. I want to be like a big, fat, amorphous blob stuffed into a suit, talking to a.
We
guy
can
on the
help you
screen on
get
the
there,
news.
sir. We will help you get
Doesn't,
there.
because every time you have a mass murder, you see a lot of Democratic politicians posturing and advocating all sorts of gun control.
Rule number one: never have a beard again. You must never have a beard again to reach this level, regardless of how
I can
fat
never
your
buy
neck
that
gets.
ball gag, because if I do, I'll lose all my chins. And the more
Yep.
chins you have, the more power you have as a politician.
And inevitably, their gun control focuses on law-abiding citizens. And there are many problems with that, but the most important one is it doesn't work. It's singularly
How
ineffective.
do you know it doesn't work?
Because if you look at the jurisdictions with the toughest gun control laws, cities like Chicago, cities like Washington, D.C., they almost invariably have the highest crime rates, the highest murder rates.
No, but that's not true. The Gifford Center analysis says that with a few.
What about the countries that have the highest gun control, like Japan, where there's no gun deaths?
Also, like, I'm pretty sure the highest like crime rates would be like Detroit or St. Louis or New Orleans. Like, those cities are usually among the top of like violent crime. I mean, there are a lot of shootings in Chicago too, but I don't know. Yeah, he's wrong. I mean, there's no correlation.
I don't like the guy on the left. The guy on the left looks like he thinks he's cool, and he he thinks he's gonna like catch the other guy in something like
He
some
already
lie or
caught him
something.
though.
He's
He
out
already
to
caught
get
him.
And the guy on the right is just like, "Hey man, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just wearing my suit. They told me to wear my suit today. Please don't hurt me."
No one had to tell him. Absolutely not. He wakes up
opens
and
his
puts it
closet,
on.
and it's all suits like fucking Doug Funny's closet. Full of the
He
green
gets
vest.
he sleeps on the top bunk of a bunk bed, and every morning he stands up and jumps off and lands directly in a suit, and then he's
It's like
ready to
Pee-wee's
go.
Big Adventure. Ted Cruz's Big Adventure. Dun, 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 dun.
I love him. He's Stan Smith.
Thanks for the super chat. Stan Smith has like a jaw though, doesn't he? He's got like that big jawline.
Well, he's got multiple jaws, so he's even more powerful.
Yep.
When you watch Ted Cruz talk, just imagine him in like a cowboy hat and like a cowboy outfit and shit. He could really pull it off, man. He's got to show that he's a true Texan, man.
Yeah, he needs to be like in a big, like, bedazzled rhinestone cowboy getup like Porter Wagner.
Yeah.
Talking about fucking tumbleweeds and sarsaparilla.
Tumbleweeds and sarsaparilla.
Exceptions. States that have the strictest gun
It's the
control measures have the
liberals.
lowest
They
rates
wanna
of guns.
take our sarsaparilla.
That's just a recent example. Look at Connecticut. Look how they brought the numbers down.
Well, except you're advocating you're citing sources from a partisan source that is not reliable.
Yeah. So basically what he just said was the sources you read are partisan against my sources, so of course yours are not reliable. My partisan sources that agree with what I think, those are the reliable ones.
Makes sense to
Same
me.
same with his polls. He loves the polls that are in his favor, but any of the other polls are
He loves polls, all right.
I mean, it's just the language that they have to speak. I mean, if you parse it, all that any of these guys ever really say to each other is, "Yeah, but fuck you." "Yeah, I see your point, but fuck you."
Yeah.
Gun control.
Where are you in professional mode?
Citing them from the NRA? Where are you getting them from,
Sir? When you disarm law-abiding citizens, the consequence is the criminals have the gun. Now listen. Let me finish. I said we need to be effective, so there is a lot we can do to be effective in stopping crime. Just yesterday, I reintroduced legislation that I introduced in 2013. It was called Grassley Cruz. It was in the wake of Newtown. And what it does is instead of the Democratic...
Yeah, I'm actually trying to stop gun violence. Yeah.
Just yesterday, I went out onto the streets at night with a hockey stick, and I started bashing in purse snatchers' heads.
Yeah. I wish he actually did that.
I'd vote for someone like that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would move to Texas just to vote
if
for
someone
him.
just came on in like a hockey mask on the news and said, "Look, I am a murderer.
I am Casey
I go out at
Jones."
night. Yeah, I'm Casey Jones. I kill people." I mean, this guy's Raphael, so maybe he's in with Casey Jones. So that's why he's got my vote.
Exactly, man.
All right. We're reaching the end of the show where we do the 15-minute segment where you can send us comments or questions. They're usually just random comments, though. I'm wondering if people actually have some questions for myself or Evan or Jess. You can
hit us up with a question, y'all.
I'll start the timer when the first one comes in. If not, we're literally sitting here all night. Yep.
So it's the next 24-hour show unless you guys chime in.
Someone said in the chat, I'll just read this one. What kind of tampon I use? Whichever one is readily available.
Have you guys heard of that shit where you soak a tampon in alcohol and then put it up your ass?
No, because why?
Gets you drunk as fuck, I
Yeah,
guess, man.
yeah, because it doesn't go through your liver. So, yeah, you can die very easily doing that.
Have you guys ever tried Everclear before?
Yes.
Oh, that shit is wild, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 90% pure grain alcohol. I lied. I don't want to be here all night, but so I'll just start this anyway. But if you could, I would appreciate your support for my outrageous car registration cost.
Yeah. So I guess YouTube is going around deleting all videos that have Tide Pod in the title and giving people strikes on their channels.
Wow.
It's fucked up.
I'm glad I never titled one of my videos with Tide Pod in the title because that would suck.
I agree with that decision. I think anytime like a hashtag or a meme gets so trending that I'm sick of seeing it, everyone should be punished severely for regurgitating it.
Are you ready for the Martian invasion? It's already happened, man. It's already happened, so how can you be ready for something that's already happened?
I was not aware. Are they Taz or are they Freemasons?
Well, you know what they say about Mars is it's the only planet completely inhabited by robots.
Where's the bird guy? Man, I will have that bird on again any day for your generous contributions, bird guy.
Hell yeah. Beautiful bird. Beautiful
I
bird.
actually had a good laugh about that for like that entire weekend after that. Because he just kept going, "Hey Ben, isn't Dusty a beautiful bird?" and then when he's like, "Oh wait a second, I got to fart," and then he just lets this loud ass fart rip. I'm like, who is this guy? Holy shit!
Hell yeah. Dusty the cockatiel's the man. I mean the bird.
The bird. The bird man. Coco beware. The bird man.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Dusty a beautiful bird? Coco beware. I was watching something earlier. Mark Henry, he was getting interviewed about Owen getting put in the Hall of Fame. But that'll never happen. Well, maybe like a lifetime from now they'll do it.
When his wife doesn't want him.
Right.
She doesn't want the WWE profiting off of him or something.
Yeah. Basically. So, and I get it. Yes, I am.
It's hard to side. It's hard to side against her. Like everyone wants him in the Hall of Fame, but you can also kind of see her point at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and then there was like a wrongful death lawsuit and all kinds of shit. So lots of bad blood.
It sucks. I was just watching him. I was watching WrestleMania 10 the other night when he fought Brett. Great match. He was really good.
Yeah, he would have been champ one day, I think, if that wouldn't have happened. But who knows?
Somebody, someone said, "Hail Satan." Yeah, sure.
Hail Satan. No, it's just gonna be snow, no hail.
Someone, yeah, it's spelled Heil, I believe, right? Not hail. I don't know. I think they meant to put Evan, but they put even. What happens when the ego dies without the body? The ego.
You mean like, do you mean like when people get comatose or they go brain dead? Is that what you mean?
It said they asked what happened when the ego dies without the body. I don't know what they're talking about.
Is that when the mushrooms kick in too soon?
What if they kick in and never stop?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man. That's the only problem with mushrooms is they only last for like 3 hours and then so. But I heard, Endless Jess, he's straight edge like CM Punk, right, man?
Yeah, kind of. I don't really drink that much, or I don't do much of anything. I mean, I will do anything if other people are doing it so that I can be accepted and be cool. But in my day-to-day life, I don't do it on my own.
Do a weed. Do a weed. Would you rather do kratom or do a weed?
I still don't know what kratom is.
It's a plant. It's actually in the coffee family, and they grind it up into like this powder because it's a very dry plant. And then the way I take it is they put it in gel capsules. Pimp Monk just takes the powder and eats it, which sounds gross to me. But basically, they found out that it affects the same brain receptors as like an opioid would. So like oxycodone or something like that. But it's a totally natural substance.
I'll take anything. Anything that if it can make me feel happy for any amount of time, I will take it.
Wow.
Try it, man. It's worth a try. You know what I mean? Just take a couple spoonfuls of kratom. Helps reality go down.
How did it make you feel, Evan?
Oh, it's the bomb, man. It's like it's a little too good. It raises the bar because it's like an opiate, but it's safe. It's not, you're not going to overdose on the shit. Unless it's like
unless you take a whole bunch of it. I would say you might overdose if you take like a ton.
Yeah,
but taking too much could be a problem. I have watched it. And I have heard that many people think it is a good podcast. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for the $6.66.
66 cents. Yeah.
But yeah. So what else you into, Jess? I know you're into rapping. And
yeah, we hardly know him.
We want to get to know you a little better, Jess.
I like everything except for people who are evil. I like on my channel I talk about video games and comics and wrestling and music and fucking whatever. I really, as far as like stuff that you can consume goes, I will consume anything and enjoy it greatly. I'm a big comics fan. I'm a big wrestling fan. I like video games a lot. Don't get to play them that much anymore, but I like them.
Sweet.
Do you like newer games or do you like retro?
I
games?
Like newer games. I like retro games a lot. My favorite games now are still the same favorite games as they were 20 years ago, but I still, when a new game comes out that I like, I will buy it and play it. I just bought Monster Hunter World about a month ago when that came out. That's a good game. It's a fun game. Go around, kill dinosaurs. It's fun.
Do you have a number one favorite game?
Final Fantasy VII, baby! And also The Lion King on Super Nintendo.
Ooh.
The great fun is for that one. And Twisted Metal 2.
What do you think about that? They're remaking Final Fantasy VII, man.
Yeah, that's I want to have hope,
man.
But I don't. I have zero hope at all.
Yeah. Square fucked up big time when they went from traditional turn-based battles to this kind of quasi real-time shit.
Right around when they became Square Enix, when they merged with Enix, they just started that they never made a good anything ever again.
Yeah. No doubt.
I mean, right up until Final Fantasy 12, I thought they were all good, and then everything since then has just been a slow descent into mediocrity and pain and sadness.
Yeah. No doubt.
Did you like Chrono Trigger?
I do like Chrono Trigger. I've never beaten it. I always put it in and make a little bit of progress for years and never actually completed the whole game.
I'm the same way, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, man. Yeah, the problem with Square is they saw that World of Warcraft was making so much fucking money, so they're like, we gotta copy them. We gotta try to make all our games like that, like an MMO.
Someone said G-Man has a massive brain tumor. It all makes sense now. I don't think they found that out as a fact. I think they're just saying, oh, that's probably why he's so crazy. But I don't know.
He shouldn't have been drinking so much tap water. But yeah. I'm actually starting a video game company, a production company.
Whoa, cool.
Jess is my favorite Al Borland impersonator since Sargon. You should play the DPRPG.
Yeah, you do. You got a little bit of Borland going on.
Is there a Drunken Peasants RPG?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think
like
they
a real
came out
thing?
with one.
Sounds cool.
Yeah,
I think I'm
Skeptical
in it, too.
Jesus.
Really? Skeptical Jesus made that?
Yeah, I believe so. I think so.
Cool. Awesome.
There was an older DPRPG that was like unplayable because there was like a glitch in it that came out a long time ago. So this is like a newer and improved one that I think Skeptical Jesus was working on.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Everyone have yourself a nice big tall glass of tap water. Unless you live in Flint, Michigan, then don't.
Yeah. It's funny, a lot of people don't realize it, but most of the water they drink and the soda they drink and shit, the tap water has all been passed through a human body. It's either been pissed out or been in a toilet bowl or float with shit floating around.
I do live near Flint, Michigan, and in Flint, you buy water. No,
I'm sorry.
It's great because the water there now comes in boxes, and it's really cool.
Oh my god!
It's actually the best thing that ever happened to the city because now you can buy little boxes of water, and it's like, hey, I had this little novelty item from Flint. It's a little water box. It's my favorite. Thank
Michigan.
God the water is so bad.
I hate Michigan, dude. Oh, man.
No, I'm kidding. It's a terrible thing. I feel very bad for everyone.
Well, apparently, Barack Obama hated Michigan too because he never fixed the fucking Flint water crisis for like 4 years. He was in office and the shit was going on.
There's all kinds of blame to go around. Yeah.
Hey, if I studied my whole life to be a politician and I became like the best politician, and then someone said, "Hey, now fix the water," it'd be like, what am I, a fucking plumber?
Well, the right leader would do it, man. He would find a good plumber to do it.
I'm a guy in a suit. I'm not Jesus. I'm not gonna purify the fucking water that's ailing you.
Find you a man who can do both, man.
That's why I say build a wall between Ohio and Michigan. Keep those Michiganis out. They're good for nothing. Let Canada invade them and take it over.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
And
I've been saying this for years because I grew up right on the border of Ohio and Michigan, on the Ohio side, and like, man, first of all, Michigan driver. No wonder you're afraid to leave the house, man.
Oh yeah,
Michigan
there's no
drivers
speed limits here. We don't have those.
There are speed limits there, but it doesn't even matter. Probably some of the worst drivers ever.
No, in my old car, I used to drive a pretty old shitty car, so like it would only go up to like 70 miles per hour if you were flooring it, and you like even if you're speeding, people will be tailgating you and honking and telling you get the fuck out of the way and giving you the finger.
Yep.
People go fucking like 120, and it's cool. It's real cool. 120 in a blizzard on black ice. No one gives a shit.
That's why I had to move out of that area too. The fucking weather there is just terrible. It's like the lake effect snow and all that shit that comes through there.
Yeah.
I can't handle that shit. I'm done.
Yeah, there's
Done
like
with that
5
shit.
seasons per week here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You'll go from 70 to like -10 in like a week's time.
Well, variety is the spice of life.
No, just when you think it's finally warming up, then you get a blizzard the next week.
Yeah, Minnesota's like that too. The weather's kind of,
Yeah,
hot one
you
day,
get the
cold
lake
the next.
effect too, because you're surrounded by lakes too.
Yeah, 10,000 of them, man.
But I mean, like the Great Lakes, like they're all around you. It's crazy. Yeah. So I think we're going to wrap it up. Thanks to everyone that contributed. Thanks to all my patrons. I'll be getting some information out to you guys soon.
Yeah, let's get that back up above 2,000 so we can see Trap Ben return.
Oh my
again.
God. Yeah, I mean, like it's a double-edged sword, All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.